All right, we're back. It was pretty good.
Oh, look at this. Come on.
It's almost like we're in the same room.
How money is my background right now?
Why is that's your room, huh?
That's the wall
This
collage.
is
Look at
this
this.
is
I
a
can do it like,
chaos. This room is chaos, dude.
woo! Look at this. I can do a little move. This is the because now I can point like I'm a weatherman.
Yeah. I mean, how do you not have brain aneurysms just looking at all that stuff?
Dude, wall collage this side, full wall. Then books, amigo.
And then a bunch of writing. What's all that writing and stuff on the wall?
That's my act.
Is it really?
I mean, yeah, some of it in between the books.
Like that red and green writing?
No, that's an acting seminar one-on-one I took that gets deep down into your acting niche.
Dude, how do you go to bed in that room? It's just all these thoughts just piercing your brain.
Well, here's the thing. I don't. That's a problem, right? I have insomnia. And
have you thought about taking it down?
I used to have it down. Like, I actually put it up when I had it down. Like, I would listen. I only have a room. If I could have a bedroom, this would be like the creative zone, and then I would go to the bed. You know? Here's the thing, though. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Are you still there? I actually like having like stuff up and around me because it actually gets it out of my head.
Yeah, I can see that.
Boom, 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 boom. And now I got the new dude. Come on. Oh, where are you?
Have you seen that movie?
I don't think so, dude. Metropolis?
This guy is like a film guy I'm staying in an Airbnb.
Yeah.
And it's all these movie posters like H.G. Wells, Things to Come.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's
got all these books. Like, you should look at this. Like,
yeah, show me the. I actually don't think I've seen either. I'm pretty bad about old movies. My dad always gives me shit about it.
Look at all these books.
Oh yeah, that's a nice little collection going.
Oh,
that's pretty solid.
Old books.
Oh, and dual side. Look at this guy going for it. I could use a little more organization on those.
Video budgets.
Easy Riders, Raging Bulls. You see that right there?
No.
Under the film budget book. Look under the film budget.
Easy Riders, Raging Bull. Yeah.
Yeah, check it out.
The collected. Oh, you have it?
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see it.
He goes, yeah, I can see you. Look at this. I call this my executive Hollywood collection. Boom. Easy Riders, Raging Bulls.
What are these books about?
From Real to Deal.
Have you read all these or no?
Yeah, I've read a good amount of these. Listened to Dov and started my career. Quentin Tarantino, right on the front.
How did he pull that? Right? How do you pull that quote out of him?
Yeah, right. Now write screenwriting. You want to laugh too about now write screenwriting? It's a they're gonna kill me. It's a Westport Public Library book.
Can you imagine you get canceled from the Westport Library? Like this goes by, like you get SNL and then they cancel you for saying this?
Dude, they're going to be pissed. And then here's a classic. Sid Field Screenwriting Foundations used this quite heavily.
Let me ask you a question. So these are all books about screenwriting. How much, like, do you just really need to read one? Or are there things in all these where you're like, you need to read all of them?
I don't think you need. I mean, look, it's like you don't need to read any of. here's what you do need, because I noticed this with Luis, because we started writing. You at least want to know formatting.
So you started writing with Luis too?
This was I mean, I haven't been not recently. This was like back when
Seems like you write with everyone but me.
Yeah, I see through this now. I
I
know when
say-
you're giving me shit now.
I sent you over the spy shorts. It's 6 pages and I haven't heard back.
I know that's not right. I'm making spy notes. You're on the road. You're on the road crushing out in Houston.
You broke up right when you said you're on the road.
You're on the road crushing out in Houston.
Let me ask you a question. How is your internet so much better this time around? Is it because I have good internet? Do you think that's what it is?
No. So what I think it is I busted out my Chromebook, my laptop.
What were you on before?
I have this like old Mac, desktop Mac. This is what I used in Cali.
What would be great is if we had multiple, if you could get both computers going at once, you could have multi-view.
Oh my God, dude, should we try? I mean, the other one's just going to be me frozen. You know, that's not going to be too pre.
I woke up with a little something going on. I don't know whether it's anxiety or whether I got the vid.
No, you don't have the vid. It was a great chat last night, though.
What chat? Oh, yeah.
Miller on the road. He ran into some traffic. He's like, Hardy, I just ran into some traffic.
No. Not traffic. This was a full operation. There was like 20 cop cars on the highway. 75 mile per hour speed limit highway. Everyone's at a complete stop. I'm only like 10 cars back. It happened recently, and no one is going by on either side of the highway.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then they just were like, everyone's got to find another way. We were turning around on the highway. Have you ever backed up on the highway and done a K-turn? Have you ever done a K-turn on the highway? Only in Texas.
That's so true.
They're like, just go off on the road. Just go in the field. Just drive that way.
Dude, that would send just sheer panic up most of my. If I had to do that with like my extended fam, like turning around the highway is like a real ordeal.
Well, especially, I mean, there was no real panic. I couldn't imagine like earlier before smartphones, because I had a phone where no matter where I go, it tells me where to go, right?
Yeah.
So all these people were going the one way, but like, can you imagine beforehand where people didn't know? They're like, we don't even know where we were supposed to be on this for 60 miles.
Yeah, where the fuck do we go now?
Now where do I don't know what, like my directions say here.
I'll tell you where you're going there. You're going
I can't audible with these handwritten directions.
Yeah, I'll tell you where you're going there. You're going to the pimply-faced high schooler at the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
You're going, hey, buddy.
You're dropping by the rodeo where there's 4 people riding bulls at 11 o'clock at night, and you're like, hey, I got a question.
You guys have any idea how to get to Route 61?
I was supposed to be going down 71 the entire night, but there's and no one knows what it is.
Yeah, no, one guy goes, yeah, no. Route 80's back 100 miles that way. And you're like, no, this doesn't sound right.
We got a bed in the back. You like riding bulls?
That's your dream. That's your dream road scenario, is to live on a cot in the back of like a Western rodeo bar.
Right. Bar fights breaking through your bedroom door.
Yeah, like some kind of Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah. Oh boy, dude.
I almost want to show you some of this collage, but I think it's just too insane.
Do whatever. We'll have a collage.
I mean, look at that. Right?
For the next
wonder,
3
can you
weeks.
still
Give us 2 to 3 collage pieces each week while I'm on the road. It'll be a collage segment.
Okay, let me see.
You gotta get it up really tight so we can see it.
Here's a quote. Can you see that quote?
Yeah, go a little left. I want to be ignorant all over again when I start writing.
Nice. Look at that, huh?
William Shakespeare?
William Stafford.
Oh, William Stafford.
It could be Shakespeare. Look at this. Oh, this is sweet, huh? Me and my bro. Can you see that? Eating ice cream?
Yeah, you got to go a little more flat with it. Like it's on an angle. You need to like give it to us flat. You know what I mean? Head on.
Let's give it. How's now?
Yeah, this is gonna be great for the audio only listeners.
Yeah, right.
They're gonna be like, "Oh, the fucking collage segment again."
It'll be like our seltzer.
We have fast forward on the collage segment. Yeah, I like that one.
All right, so that's me and my bro. All right, I'm gonna do one more and then we'll be done. All right, because I don't want people to be suffering.
They've already tuned out.
You think they're tuning out?
No, they're not tuning out.
There's the cover of a book. You see that?
Peeled it off.
The Language of Letting Go.
Let me ask you a question, man. All these like letting go and presence and all these books that you read, what do they say about being sick? Because like I was sick like a month ago for like 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, the power of now will help me. But in the moment, you are sick. You know what I mean?
The power. Okay, so the power. Yeah, absolutely. Because the power now is not about feeling good. It's about accepting where you are. There's your difference.
There's your difference with the.
There's your steamy little difference. Yeah.
Dude, I went and got breakfast today, and I went to this place. I was sitting next to these two girls.
Yeah. Oh, dude, by the way, let's pin something. There's a hot little, I've been running into a gorgeous little number in the laundry room of my building.
You've been talking to her?
Yup.
Little here kind of like bumping into her accidentally.
just only twice now we've ran into each other, but yeah, that popped into my head.
And what's the deal with
her? I really shouldn't say this, but I went ahead and found her on social media.
You should. That's what everyone does.
Like a stalker. No. Yeah, but I only had her like name and like where she lives.
You hawked the mailroom every day until you found her full name. Well, no, that mail's for me. That mail's for. All right, Eva Smith. Okay.
Yeah, didn't get any mail. Ava, Steph. No,
Ava, that's odd. For some reason I've been getting all your mail. Here it is.
Oh, that's a nice move. Maybe I.
Uh-oh.
I could go like pick up her mail. I can't get into her mail though.
No, that's not the move. That's not the move.
That's not the move. No, I bumped into. So the first time I ran into her and she was like, she made a joke. She was like, I hate when you drop the clean laundry on the way back. It's like, oh my God, I just washed this. Like that kind of bit.
Yeah. That's what she said?
Yeah. She said
and you're like, boom, I got a laundry bit in the back of my head. Perfect. And then you did your act.
Yeah. We've been doing stand-up long enough. I have a laundry bit. No, I don't have a lot. So I was like, oh yeah, yeah, totally. I don't even remember what the hell I said.
You're like, that's why I clean the floors every time I wash my clothes.
Yeah. That's why I clean. And then this time, and I was like, oh, what's your name? Before I left, I was like, what's your name? I was like, my name's Matt. Like, what's your name again? One of those. And then she said her apartment number, which I always thought was interesting. She was like, said her name, let's say like Linda, but then she's like, I'm 2A. She keeps saying her apartment number.
You should like Did she just move in or has she been moved in?
I think she's been moved in. I don't know. So then I bumped into her on Thursday, and it was her birthday. She was literally in there. There was another guy in there, her. It was her birthday. And I go, she's talking about how it's her B-day. And she goes, and then I go, oh my God, it was my birthday yesterday because it was my birthday the 13th. Okay. So then that started up the astrology connection, which peeps love, you know? She was like, oh, because the other guy goes, oh my God, my birthday's end of September.
Yeah, he's like trying to like, you know, hit on her too. He's like, no, but I'm September, which means I'm a Gemini and we're compatible.
That's what.
Hey, guy, go away.
That's what I was saying. I was like, come on, man. She goes, oh, look at us, 3 Libras following our dreams. And I was like, oh, man.
Dude, this astrology thing, man, it's nuts.
Yeah. So what happened at your breakfast?
Well, I have a question. Is your laundry in the actual apartment or below the apartment? You know what I mean?
It's in the basement. Yeah.
Oh, so it's only people in your building can access it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, so are you going to try to pursue this girl or no? I mean, she lives in your building, so it gets a little dicey and hairy.
That's what I'm saying. I have taken the stairs a couple times recently, just kind of going by 2A, like just kind of slowly, you know, seeing maybe
You should drop a note under her door. I've been thinking about you.
yeah, like, oh, you know what I thought could be funny? Like a secret admirer note.
Like a pen pal. Like you write a note and then you have a blank piece of paper on the end that says return to 4B.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, you know, you know what I did remember saying that when I said it, I was like, this is weird, is I'm 4D. You know, so I was like, yeah, I'm Matt, I'm 4D.
Not 40.
Yeah.
4D.
4D and not
40.
Yeah, and not the erotic one too, because the kid's called D. Right?
When you put the 4 in front of it, it kind of.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man.
So
that's exciting, huh?
It's ongoing, you know, laundry room.
Like every time you hit the stairs, you get a little bit of a jolt you're like, ooh, I might run into her.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm not forcing it, but who knows? Boom, boom, boom. What's happening with it? What happened at your breakfast?
Well, it's not as exciting. It was kind of depressed. There are these 2 girls talking, and then they started talking about COVID and how they both got it.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, "Are you vaccinated?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Are you?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Neither of you were probably vaccinated." Like all these people, all these breakthrough cases, what percentage of them are people lying about being vaccinated? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I had a breakthrough case, like, because they have to come up with an excuse because their friends will be pissed.
Yeah.
Vaccine, you know what I mean? So that was one thing. And then
yeah.
She was talking about like how she had a tough year or something like that. She's like, oh, my boyfriend's like mom passed away last year. And I was like, oh, gee, like, she was like, yeah, cancer. And then the other woman like was like, yeah, everyone's been having a tough couple of years. And I was like, that's not what you're supposed to say. And then she one-ups her. She goes, yeah, my brother-in-law passed away. And she's like, my mom has like dementia now or something. And she like one-upped her. And I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah. She's like, yeah, it's official. I can't have children.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to journal over a cup of coffee.
Dude, that's that SNL skit with Debbie Downer where she just like ones. You got to watch that. Where she just
one upper.
Yeah, dude, like that's so funny. You're like, wait, why is she bringing up Also, saying everyone's had a hard couple of years is so bad because it just confirms that the girl's having a really tough go.
Yeah.
You know, like just
But
be
also, like, quit whining. Everyone's going through, Yeah, everyone's having a tough couple years.
yeah, quit bitching. Yeah, my she one ups her. You were journaling.
I was just writing. I'm trying to catch up on my journaling, man.
Yeah,
It's like
dude.
too
Listen,
much. I'm gonna be hitting the I need to hit the journal hard tonight and tomorrow when I'm at Big Bend because I need to catch up.
Yeah, peeps thinks journaling's like just like they go, oh yeah, it's just some run of the mill move. No, journaling's no joke. It's like a daily thing.
And you can get down. Sometimes I want to get done with journaling because I'm like I got stuff to do today.
Yeah,
But I'm running pages and I'm like I
yeah,
can't dismiss this other thing. I need to write about this thing too.
yeah,
I honestly think I'm gonna maybe have this become like I'm gonna journal, have
yeah.
someone transcribe it into like type, and then I might like write a book around it.
Yeah, I was saying last night, I think like travel writing is like people love it. It's fantastic travel
Yeah,
writing. Like because again, you're not just like sitting and you're not, it's not just like the ruminations of your mind in your room.
right.
Like you're out on the road, you're doing stuff, you're visiting
These are
places.
real things.
Not like me.
Not this girl in the laundromat that Hardy keeps talking about.
She's from Canada.
There is no laundromat. Hardy, it's just a basement. It's a storage room. There's no even machines in there. Your roommate's like, Hardy's really gone off the deep end here. Keeps talking about this laundromat. There is no laundromat.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it doesn't help that periodically a former monk just walks into my room out of the ether. I'm like, is this guy a figment of my imagination?
It's like Fight Club.
Yeah.
Hardy is the monk.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, am I projecting this guy? Like, he leaves for 4 months, and then, like, I told you the last time he showed up, I was like stretching a carpet over my floor, and I turned to my right, and there he is, helping me with the carpet. Now, I live in a room all the way there.
You look at him weird. You're like, what's it? He just nods.
That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't say a word.
He's like, you need help? And I'm like, yo, Nicholas, Jesus, man, you scared the shit out of me. I haven't seen you in 4 months, 5 months.
He goes, scared is only part of your mind. He like being scared is a temporary fact of the human mind, Hardy.
And that was
stretch it.
Quarantine. So I was so isolated, bro. Like I was like, no one can get it. No one can get in here. It's through like 10 doors, the front doors. It's all the way upstairs. It's through the living area, through an office. No one should just be kind of putzing through the back of here.
Do you have a window? You got a window?
Yeah, right here. I get a lot of natural light. But yeah, dude, like the travel writing is a nice. You gotta, cut it down, organize it. Are you taking video too? Some video?
Yeah, but the more video I take, the more like I'm like, this isn't gonna turn it. Like I'm like, this probably won't turn into anything.
Yeah.
Because it's just landscapes, me doing stand up. Sometimes I'll do like I'll do kind of like a hidden camera type thing where I'll have the camera around my neck.
Yeah.
Without the cap, and I'll just have it recording when I go up to talk to like the cashier,
Oh, that's nice.
Just see if I can get a little something going on. And then I'll do some sort of like video logging where I'll record myself like, hey, just like finished, I'm on my way to Houston.
Yeah, that's good.
And then sometimes I'll like set up the camera in a corner somewhere and just record me sitting kind of going like this so that there's some like some footage of of me like kind of in thought. That might be a good scene, you know, of some
There's just B-roll of you
Yeah, the thing is
contemplating.
it
I
would
love
be
that.
it could be awesome if I had someone here just constantly filming.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, man, I'm
It's
willing when you get back to collage this with you if you want.
I would love to, yeah.
There's something hilarious to me about like landscapes. Like it's just you doing stand up and then these pleasing landscapes.
Just me driving. And then I also have footage of me. I got a suction cup on my side window that I attach the camera to. So it's like me driving and talking.
There will be nothing like this.
It's going to be really embarrassing if I watch it for the first time with you and I forget some of the things that I've recorded and I'm like, oh fuck, no, fast forward.
Yeah, that's all the good. That's all the good stuff.
But dude, I was in Houston the past couple days, right? I was doing the secret group. So I was supposed to be in Austin for a full week, full 7 days, but I couldn't find many shows to do on Friday and Saturday. So I went to Houston because Houston has this sick. I had 4 shows Friday, 1 show Saturday. And the first show was at this place and then on Friday, and then the other 3 shows were all at the same place. It was an 8 o'clock, a 10 o'clock, and a midnight. Right?
Oh, that's sweet.
It was sweet. It was at this place called Secret Group. It was awesome. So I do the 8 o'clock fine. It was some like psychedelic show where you had to like do your set and then the host came up and talked about psychedelics with you.
Oh, interesting.
And it was all these like, it was black lights and like these weird decoration, like mushroom decorations. I was like, what? I'll talk about fish. Cool. And then the 10 o'clock show, they stripped away. And then the 10 o'clock show is a normal show. I did really well. Like I crushed the 10 o'clock show, right?
Were there a lot of people there at these?
Yeah, the 8 o'clock show, there's maybe 12 to 15. The 10 o'clock show, there was probably like 25, 30.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But it's like a compact room. It's cool.
Yeah.
So I do the 10 o'clock show. I do really well. I'm buzzing. I'm like, all right, we got a 12 o'clock show coming up too.
You're cruising right now. You're getting hanging in between. Where are you in between?
There's a green room, so I'm kind of bopping between the green room, but I also peel out to watch the comics because I like to see out of town. I like to see like what these other scenes are doing, you know, what kind of comics they are.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
And so the 10 o'clock show goes like a full 2 hours.
Oh God.
And the host of the 10 o'clock show, all right, please welcome your next comic, so-and-so, right? And so-and-so comes up, he goes, all right, I'm your host now. I'm your host now. He goes, I'm your host. We got a lot of good comics on the lineup. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? They just continued the show into the 12 o'clock. They didn't. So it's the same audience.
No. Yeah, they didn't let the audience change?
No change of audience between the 10 o'clock and the 12 o'clock.
Whoa. That's so inappropriate for the audience.
So yeah, and I'm the only comic that's doubling up on shows. Every other comic's completely different.
Right? You're the only a-hole.
Yeah, so I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, I need to do a completely, I need to like rethink what I'm going to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't do the same exact set to a group of people. There's just no way.
So listen to this. The host.
But this is where, yeah, like just as where those other skills of like you just fucking around in New York come in. You just go up and fuck around a little bit.
Yeah. So the host comes up to me after he goes up. He's like, all right, you're on in 3. He goes, I saw you like destroy the last show. Could you do 15 on this show? One of the comics is like a little weaker or whatever. Could you do 15?
Oh,
And I look at him, I go,
oh.
it's the same audience. And he goes, yeah, I know. And I'm like, well, I can't do the same material. He goes, you can do whatever you want.
Woo! Bro, saying it's the same audience to this guy going, can you do 15 is so funny.
I go, it's the same audience. And he goes, yeah. And like in my mind, he's like, you can do whatever you want. And I'm like, what? So you think these people are just idiots and like forgot what happened an hour and a half ago?
Yeah, I mean, bro, that's like, unless the audience is aware that like they've now stayed on for the next show, but you don't know how it works down there. Like it
They
sounds
don't. Yeah.
like they're not going to be like, oh, and what sucks is for you is that the only person that they can sort of blame for this becomes you because you're the only guy they've seen twice.
Right.
You know, so you're the guy that knows that you're doing this to them again. None of these other idiots know that you have previously come up and said your jokes.
Exactly.
You know?
Um,
Can you do 15?
So
That's all.
I look at him, I go, I'll do 12.
What kind of
I don't know why I said 12. I should have just said, yeah, I'll do 15. But and to say 12, the midpoint between 10 and 15 is so stupid.
this is one of the great, if like this is what's so difficult about getting film. If you had this interaction on camera, oh my God, what a legendary moment.
I know. That's the thing is like,
it's hard, man.
yeah, and also you don't want to be the weirdo that's like just filming like in the back. Like he comes up to me and I'm like,
hey man, you crushed on the last. See, that's a you're a victim of your own success there.
Yeah.
Because he's like, hey man, it's nice because he goes, you crushed, so you're going, oh yeah. No, I know you saw that. And then he's like, all right, why don't you do 15 to the same people?
You think he was just trying to like fuck with me?
No.
Like, let's see how good this guy really is.
Oh, I think that's kind of a thing. I think when people watch people do, a lot of times when people watch people do well, they're like, hey, yeah, why don't you do that? Like, why don't you do the bullet, do this bullet, do this other spot. And it's like, we'll see how you do, Oh, you went mute. You muted yourself. You see the little red slash in your mic icon? No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You got to unmute. Can you hear me? Yeah, you're still muted. You got to unmute yourself. Bro, in the interim.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, got you.
I just really needed to go to the bathroom, and I didn't want people hearing the stream.
Oh, that's legendary. God, I didn't even realize that a tiny bit. I was like, where is he?
That's what you can do on a remote pod. You can just kind of
I mean, that's
go
such
to the bathroom.
It also didn't make sense to me because I know you're like technically advanced. Like I'm like, how does Miller not?
Yeah.
Dude,
So
because well, mine's kind of a little bit. Mine can go quick, and then we can continue. So that set I said about with Rashad.
Yeah.
Yeah, last week. So this guy I'm barking on Thursday recognizes me from Harlem Nights. He's like, hey, you're a comic, right? I saw you at Harlem Nights last Saturday. I really liked your set. So I was like, whoa, wait, what? You know, like it really I was like, this is unbelievable. Like I thought this set was a disaster. And then he was like, yeah. And then he came in and watched the show. I barked him in. You know, he's watched the whole. Yeah, I talked to him during the set. I'm like, hey man, listen, did you not hear Rashad go after I performed? He goes, hey, that performance is on me. I'm sorry about that. And the guy goes, yeah, man, I think that was part of the joke, though, the part of the bit. And I was like, oh yeah, I think you're right.
That's great how everyone, like with your set, everything's so up to interpretation that like even post your set, it still starts to blend in. Like
I was
like your set continues after you're done doing stand-up. They're like walking out of the bar 2 hours later, like, is this still Hardy's set?
Why is it so awkward still? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, you like, yeah, no, that's part of it, dude. Like, it was fun. Like, I liked it. And then he liked this. And then I did the whole, you know, I had fun at the show, the Chip Cup one. And he was like, yeah. So that was quick. But there you go, folks. You never know. You never know. All right. So don't get too down on yourself.
I know.
So you're at the 11. You're about to do 12 minutes.
About to do 50. Yeah, 12. Guess who walks in? Norlex Belma.
Oh,
you know Norlex?
Yeah, he's in New York.
New York guy. Yeah. And he comes up. He's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "I'm on the road, dude." I go, "What are you doing here?" Can't you see I'm on the road?
That may be the funniest part of the pod. That may be the name of the pod, dude. That was the whole reason for the trip, that one interaction right there.
Exactly. Where you run into New York guys.
What are you doing here? I'm on the road, dude. What are you doing here?
I've run into so many New Yorkers in Texas. I ran into Sam Morrison, Colin Tyrell at the Creek in the Cave in Austin. I ran into Dan Yang, Jamie Gravy.
Oh, Gravy, I know. Gravy, like, yeah.
Gravy, I saw at an open mic in Austin at the Creek in the Cave.
Wow, you know, open mic?
Oh, I did the Creek in the Cave open mic. Everyone was bombing. And I was like, this is just like the Creek in the Cave.
I did an open mic in Minnesota when I was on the road. Not like you are, though, because I was traveling for work, but I did an open mic in Minnesota, and like it was like a disaster. It was like 3 hours, and then when I went up, they had dropped the time down to like 2 minutes a set.
Weren't there like 200 people at that mic or something?
It was no, that was a different one. That was like, yeah, they had like 90 to 100 people at this brewery and at Acme for their open mics. I called you. I was on the phone with you.
Yeah.
I remember, and you were like, dude, go in there. Tell them you're from New York. You want to do some time. I'm like, God, Miller is such a proactive kind of guy. I was like, all right. And then I ended up getting up.
Well, my move is you don't want to be the dick New Yorker. You go, hey, is it cool if I like get on? I'm from out of town. I'm in from New York.
Yeah.
You don't say, hey, I'm a New Yorker. Put me on. But you kind of say, hey, I'm from out of town, I didn't know about signups.
Hey, I'm from out of town.
And you're already looking at your set list kind of as you're asking for time. You're like, yeah, can I get some time here? I got some stuff I got to work on.
Yeah, what was funny was I kind of was like, this was pre what I do now, but I was kind of like farting around out of the gate. So I really had to like turn it on late because I was like, I remember being like, oh, I'm not even like doing particularly well.
Yeah. But so I'm talking to Norlex. I'm like, dude, so I was on the 8 o'clock. I tell him, I go, it's And he goes, here's what he goes, you can do some of the same material, just don't open with the same joke. Change your opener.
Smart guy. Because people don't, that's right, jumble the mids. You could jumble the mids a touch, but you could even keep it quite similar if you change the opener.
So I'm the idiot. I go up and I'm like, all right. And in my head, I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. But I go up and I do pretty much. I do like the same opener, and it gets like half laughter, and I go, clap your hands if you saw me an hour and a half ago.
Yes, did that. That's
And
funny.
and I'd say like 50, 75%, because more people trickled in. It was
Yeah.
like 50, 75% of the people like clapped. And then I go, clap if you didn't see me. And then like 25% of the room clapped. And I go, all
Uh-huh.
right. And then I just go into like all the different material.
Oh, okay, nice. That's a good pivot. That's so funny though that you did the same. Because here's the thing: your opener's a thing of habit at this point.
Yes. Yes.
So
I
it's
don't know
hard.
what other opener I would do. I was like, that's my
Yeah.
open. I got to open with it.
And it's effort. Like to do a new opener, it will feel one weird and two like effort. So you probably just clicked into this gear once you got the mic of like, oh wait, I don't want to like force a different joke into this right now, and kind of just naturally fell. That happens to me like quite a lot, where I'll like I want to kind of fuck around, like do some other stuff, but I just fall into being the idiot persona like naturally. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, oops, I didn't even want to. Yeah.
Um,
So did you see at like what happened after the show? So then you saw Norlex, or you're like,
yeah, I was talking to, he was with some buddies, like he was in town with some of his like college buddies or something like that. So we just talked for a little bit and then he bounced. But I was talking to some of the comics and stuff like that, just kind of hanging out. Uh,
yeah, that's sick.
but then yesterday I went to I had the full day, right? So I went to Galveston, Texas, which is an hour away.
Oh yeah, this place.
Gulf of Mexico, just disgusting beach. Disgusting beach. Like not soft sand,
Oh,
brown oil water from the Gulf of Mexico. No one was swimming. But I got my lawn chair, placed it on the beach, got my Kindle, read a
oh,
little Power
nice.
of Now, and got a little sunburn.
Yeah,
Got a little sunburn going on the beach.
I can see that.
But then last night I went up again and did pretty well. I got some girl DM'd me last night at
Whoa.
1:15 in the morning. This is like
What?
3-4 hours after my set, saying, "Hey, I really enjoyed your set." Didn't respond.
Oh yeah.
um,
Dude, that's what I told you about this when I got this at the coffee shop. You see this?
whoa, when did that happen?
You're handsome in a number. Nio.
When did that happen?
A little while back, couple weeks, 2-3 weeks.
And was she cute? Would
I
you
don't, it was a tough, this is the thing. It was tough to tell. Because it was kind of fast. Like I was sitting down, there was strong sunlight, and she had already kind of left and come back. So she pops it down on the table. I'm in the middle of this book, I'm in a deep trance, no, I'm
yeah.
taking, and she's like puts it down, and then kind of like I like turn and kind of see like she looked kind of cute, and then I kind of saw her jeans, like, and then she was gone, and then she smiled and was gone. So it was tough to tell.
Was she wearing sunglasses or anything?
No, she had like brown hair, curly hair. I don't know, I
Did
didn't
she
hit
just
her up.
place it down and leave immediately? Like she was like nervous
Yes.
about it? Let me see the
Yeah, like
handwriting. All lowercase? No uppercase?
all lower. No, the handsome is an uppercase H.
Uppercase H?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. It's
So you
not
haven't
really.
messaged her?
No. Maybe I will. I've kept it around.
It was at the chipped cup?
Yeah.
Ooh. So she might run into you again.
Yeah, there's a
But
chance.
since you didn't really see her, you don't even. Would you recognize her if she walked in?
I don't think so. Unless,
Ooh.
yeah, if she came up to me, maybe, but
She won't come up to you a second time after she gave you her number and you didn't message her. Right? Like that takes some nut balls.
he comes up to me again, leaves me another one.
Yeah, you're hot. And a different number.
So funny. That's a sketch. Like we got to do that. Like maybe it's a guy leaving a chick his number, and he does it like three or four times, all with a different number, all with a different little
It's
tag.
like the area code turned her off. She didn't like the 860 area code.
You know what? Let me use my CT area code.
Yeah, let me go Miami area code for this one.
And then like by the end, he's saying I'm hot.
Yeah.
He's like changing up. He's like, you're not hot. I'm hot. Here's my number.
I'm hot. You don't deserve me.
Yeah, and then the last one,
Don't talk to me, you piece of shit.
it's just that. There's no number. He just leaves that one, which is so funny.
Yeah. 911.
Woo! That's good. Come on. So you were on the beach, and then what were you? You were in Galveston. What were you talking about?
I was talking about Galveston. Galveston's not cool. But
The DM. You were talking about the DM.
Oh, I just like checked my messages this morning, and the girl from the previous night had messaged me.
What'd she say?
She said, "Hey, I really enjoyed your set." But it was at 1:15. This is like 3 hours late.
That's not all she enjoyed.
No, of course not. But I had already left Houston, so there's no even,
right.
But here's a funny.
The over under. It's still alive.
Well, there's something I'm not going to tell you on the pod.
Oh, whoa! Patreon
episode.
Oh my god, yeah.
But the other funny thing, there was one day. First of all, up until today, it has been raining every day, no matter which location I'm in.
Really?
It is. I've seen rain every single day for like 12, 13 days. Chattanooga, Columbia, Austin, and not just like one of the days. Every single day except for today, there was rain.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
It's insane. But I think it was Thursday, either Wednesday or Thursday, I was doing like a nature day. I was like, I'm going to go. So I woke up, I went to Barton Springs in Austin. This is when I'm in Austin.
Yeah.
Barton Springs, it's like these beautiful springs. A lot of people go and swim and stuff like that. I was like, oh, boom.
Right.
This and that. And then I had a reservation for this place called Hamilton Pool at 2 p.m.
Wow.
It's this like nature trail 45 minutes out of Austin. It's this trail that goes into a sunken cave.
Yeah.
And there's a pool that you can swim. It's like this sunken cave natural spring where like I need to send you here. Let me see if I can.
Oh, that'd be sick. Yeah, pop it on. Ooh, this interactive. Share the screen.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, wow. That's stunning. Get a nice dipperoon in there.
See? Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
Like a sunken cave with a pool. So I show up there. I'm all pumped. I got my bathing suit on. The guy goes, no swimming. There's falling rocks. And I'm like, so I can't swim over here where there's just sky above me?
That's such a prick response.
And he's like, no, you're not allowed to swim. And I go, how strict are you guys? He goes, you're not swimming.
Oh.
And I'm like, all right.
So I can't swim over here where there's only sky. That's like the dad and on the family vacation. You're like, Dad, stop. We're not allowed to swim. He's like, so I can't swim over here.
No. I'm just talking to someone. I'm just talking man to man. just talking to someone. So I can't swim.
No. It's okay. Let me just talk. Who's upset? I'm not upset. I want to ask him a question.
We're
I
two
can't-
adults.
We're two adults. I can't swim where there's only sky.
Should I not be here standing on the beach? Are there falling rocks here?
Should I not be here?
Do you have a hard hat for me? I'm scared of falling rocks.
Honey, please. Honey, please. That's like the most dad move.
No. We drove 45 minutes here
Yeah.
to
Dude,
swim in this pool.
that's like that comes up for me too. I would say sometimes like I'll give people the business like that. I gotta watch it.
Yeah. So I look up, I'm like, all right, so I wanted to swim more. I like hadn't been satiated with my swimming, right? So I look up other places to swim in Austin.
Wait, what kind of trunks are you rocking? Oh, you got these red trunks going.
Solid red. I've wanted solid red trunks maybe my whole life, and for some reason I never got them. I finally got them this past year. Solid red, no graphics, no anything, no words.
This is genius. I'm getting in on this. Like a good, you know what it is? It's really classic. It's very traditional, a solid red.
Classic. I think I look good in red. Red's a
Yeah.
good color for me. Red's a good color for pretty much everyone, I think.
Yeah.
It's a powerful color, red.
Yep.
It's an alpha color. And then also sometimes the ladies be like, oh, maybe this guy was a lifeguard back, you know. That's kind of hot. Maybe he's a lifeguard.
Yeah. The chances of that are low, but it might happen, you know, like someone, oh, hey, maybe
Someone's drowning, they're like, help. And I'm like, I don't know how to swim.
That's a sketch.
I just got red trunks. I'm not a lifeguard.
These red trunks are just really amazing. I know that there's no saving. Help.
Everyone's looking at me. I'm like putting on suntan lotion. I'm like, oh.
You just decide to do it, to say, you're like, I mean, I got to tell you, I'm not a lifeguard, you know?
Yeah. And I start drowning too. I start, oh.
No. Yeah, dude, a solid red will give people, you know what you also get with a solid red? There's like a 1950s kind of like classic America. Yeah, that's nice. And you get they're not too long either.
No.
Boom. In the sun, those are top notch.
It's like a canned. I think the name of the color was like candy apple or something.
Yeah,
candy apple red.
Because red's a summer color.
Oh yeah.
So you couldn't you couldn't fulfill your need you couldn't quench your thirst for swimming. So you Googled where to swim.
Where to swim.
Which is so ridiculous.
And they had like 7 results, one of which was Hamilton Pool.
Right. That's
been to. One of which was Barton Springs, which I had just been to.
Right.
And then another one was this place called Hippie Hollow.
Oh.
And I look it up. It's a nude. It's like
oh my God! I was about to say a nude beach. I almost said it. Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm like, I look it up. It's like 20 minutes away. I'm like, all right, I'm going to the nude beach.
Did you really go?
So I go there.
Oh my God.
And I'm taught the guy is like there for parking passes, you know? He's like some like park guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, there's some rules. It's $6 to park, whatever, this and that. He goes, it's clothing optional. Meaning
he wearing clothing?
Huh?
Is he wearing clothing?
He's wearing clothing. That would be great if he was already naked.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm assuming no cameras, right?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm just like, I'm doing some footage and stuff like that. And he's like, well, it's not illegal. It's a public, it's a park, but
Oh,
just be cool, be cool. So I was like, I'm not going to film,
no, I guess not. But that's
No,
great that it's not illegal. That
yeah.
seems illegal.
Yeah. So I go down there. I'm fully clothed at this time.
Yeah.
I go down there and there's like only 5 or 6 people, all 50-year-old men,
Oh.
completely naked.
Oh.
There was this guy, I really needed to go to the bathroom, and there was this guy by this. I was like, he had his back to me. He's completely naked. He has his back to me, and I go, "Hey, where's the bathroom?" And he turns. He does a full turn. It's not like he goes like this. He does a full turn, shows me his, and he goes, "It's over there."
Oh my God. That's a tough break.
So I go down. I go
Just a
down
lot
there.
of nude old men.
A lot of
What were they
nude men
doing? What
with
were they doing?
belly fat, like hiding their junk. You know what I mean? That type of guy.
Right. But what were they doing?
Some were sunbathing in the in
Oh,
an overcast day. Like at one point, it was raining on the beach, and they're just like completely naked, just kind of lying down on the rocks. That's the other thing, is there was no sand; it was just all rocks.
it's so gross. Wait, was any of them were any of them like doing an activity or something like a book?
One guy was swimming. I didn't look I wasn't like surveying the guys too much.
Yeah, sure. Right, you weren't looking over there too much.
I
So there
didn't
was
go
no
over and say, "Hey, what are you guys doing around? Like, what's there to do?"
like so there wasn't one guy with his Johnson flapping around while he's playing like tether ball or something.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
So I go down there and I go to the far right. I go like way down there.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around these guys, right? So I go way down, and I'm thinking to myself, I've never done a nude beach. I've never swam naked or any of that stuff.
I haven't done a nude beach either. I give you credit, man. This is like kind of outside. It doesn't, well, you do, I guess. It seems like this is like more stuff you're doing nowadays, but this is a big thing.
Yeah, so I was like, you got to get naked on the nude beach. You can't be the guy. So I just dropped all the clothing,
Yeah.
went into the water, swam around a little bit,
Yeah.
and
You drop you drop trow on the beach?
on the beach. Yeah, I didn't drop trow in the parking lot and walk down, because it was a lot. It was rocky too, so there was a lot of like. There's not
Yeah.
like, if you're naked, you could do like a cool walk. But if
Yeah.
you're naked, like climbing down rocks, you know, like you kind of want to be clothed for that. No one wants to see someone like struggling
No,
climbing
I
down
know.
rocks.
I was wondering if maybe you got naked in the water.
No, no,
That's
no.
what
I got naked on the beach.
so you did a little James Bond move into the water. You were like, all right, everybody, take a peek. I'm going.
If you want to peek, go ahead. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Smooth move. That's nice.
But if I was with someone, I don't know if I'd drop trout. I feel like nude beach is kind of something you do solo.
Like if you and me were on this leg of the journey.
Yeah, if me and you were together, I don't know if I'd get naked.
The frat guy in me and the football, like the sports guy, I used to call that just giving it a locker room feel. Pop the guys down, pop in. Hey, listen, it's all right.
We might have to go to opposite ends of the beach where we couldn't really see each other. We both wanted to get naked. I'd be like, you go that way, I'll go this way. We'll meet in an hour.
Yeah, you need to go that way. This story is incredible, bro. This is so fucking funny. This whole thing. So you swam around. Did you like stay there for a while? Like when did you put your clothes back on?
I swam around for like 10 minutes. The water was really nice. It was Lake Travis. It was pretty warm. I was like, this is nice water.
Yeah.
I swam around for 10 minutes and then I started getting freaked out. I was like, I don't know what's in this lake. I don't want something like swimming up on me. You know, I was like, I need to get out of this thing.
Yeah, dude, like set
Like
because
a parasite or an eel or something like that. I'm like, I don't know what this is.
you're very exposed. For a man like that, that's very exposed.
The water, especially like when I'm on land, I can see what's coming at me. Water, you can't see if there's a snake that's about to like.
It's so true. The unknown. It's the fear of the unknown in the water.
I'll tell you what, my butt was clenched the entire time I was swimming.
Yeah.
This was not a relaxed swim. This was I was like flexing the whole time. I was like,
You're looking over at these other guys like, why do people feel like this is something that needs to be done?
yeah.
The nude swim, you know? Yeah. Like if you're with like a partner, I get it. And the beach is empty. You go down to the Caribbean, you're in Aruba, you're on your honeymoon, there's no one around. You and the lady want to pop off the guys. No one's gonna, that's nice. Haha, it's fun, right? But you're just in like a park that basically is doubling as this nude beach. It's gonna feel
it's raining. It like had just rained and it's cloudy.
You're just like, this is no good. So then you come back on the beach.
Back on the beach. I go about 5 minutes naked sitting down. And then I throw on my trunks. And I stay for another like 45 minutes and just kind of look out into the water.
Okay. Did you when you were just like sitting there naked, did you read or anything, or you're just like sitting there nude?
Just sitting there looking out onto the water.
Yeah. Okay.
Then all of a sudden there was a period where some guy out of nowhere, I don't know where he came from, but he's coming from the middle of the lake, swimming to shore. Like he didn't come from the beach. And he's got a full wetsuit on, like a wetsuit with his like even like covering his face, and he's got flippers on his hands to help him swim.
Oh my god!
It just came from nowhere. I was like, "Where is this guy coming from?"
Yeah, and why does he have clothes on?
Yeah. So I do that, and then I go back, I shower, and then I do some sets, and I was like, during my sets, I riffed on the
beach.
On the beach, I go, yeah, I was trying to like do a bunch of like stuff, and so I went to Hippie Hollow, and everyone kind of laughed at me, like this out of towner going to Hippie Hollow.
That's so funny, Miller. That's so great.
I had to, because I was sick of doing the tight 10, and I was like, let me riff a little bit.
Oh yeah, you gotta get into it.
Yeah. I was also bombing that show. It was the first show of the second day, and I bombed like good. It wasn't like a bomb, but I was like not. It wasn't the New Yorker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the crisp. Oh, the New Yorker's in town.
And then
God, that's so funny, dude. The Nude Beach. That's the last thing I thought you'd probably end up at. A nude beach in Texas.
And I was like, what else am I doing,
Yeah.
But
good stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The other stories I have aren't as like.
Well, this was a crisp one.
Thrilling, I guess. Yeah. How long have we been going?
I think for a little while, man. 40 maybe in my head. 30, 40.
Yeah, 30. An hour. Been going an hour.
Yeah.
Plus, when we tag on the reaction to us working the video.
Yeah, trying to get the video to go.
Dude, have you seen The Last Duel?
Yeah.
I think I might go see it today.
Go see it, man. It's I saw it Thursday night. Very long, 2:30, 2:40. But
That's
I love
what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I love long movies. Like, there's, it's definitely memorable in parts. Like, I don't know what to think of the movie because it's kind of all over the place. But I think it's still worth a check, like checking out. Like, you got Damon Affleck, Driver's fantastic, Adam Driver.
Yeah.
So that's a,
I mean,
I would,
Damon Affleck Driver's insane. Like,
it's insane. It's insane. Like, and Damon's good too. Like, it's just kind of a walk. You know what's actually interesting? I'm not going to say it because I don't want to like give anything away about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's sort of like, yeah, it has like, it takes like all the different angles. You know what it's about, right?
yeah, some like driver like raped the
Yeah.
queen or something like that,
Yeah. That's why it's kind of,
and he's saying he didn't.
yeah. It's like an odd, hot, like oddly relevant hot button kind of thing. My buddy made a joke. He's like, no one's more qualified to write a movie about an 800-year-old rape than Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
They wrote it.
Yeah. He just like, I actually don't even know. This is a great question to push back on my buddy, but he works in film and movies. He's a great guy. He's funny as shit. I was just like, that's such a funny joke. I had already seen the movie, but like it is like so true. It's like why they feel the need to touch on this is just beyond me.
Yeah.
And Ridley Scott. And then it's a white fucking guy or like another guy directing this like 3-hour thing on like this fucking rape from a century ago. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
Let me tell one last. I'll make it quick. One last
Yeah,
one
yeah,
last
yeah.
story.
Yeah, because we have like decent fucking internet.
So I got into Austin a day early, right?
Yeah.
So my Airbnb wasn't set up. So I get in at like 7 o'clock. I go to this hotel Indigo, and I'm like trying to figure out. I'm like, oh, is there comedy going around? I'm jonesing for comedy, right? So I
Yeah.
look up. The Creek and the Cave is like 2 blocks away from my hotel.
Oh, that's convenient.
So I wander over there. There's an 8 o'clock show going on. So I
Yeah.
watch the 8 o'clock show, and I talk to one of the door guys, this guy Jimmy, who apparently is from New York.
Really?
He's like, I've met you multiple times. I was like,
Shut the
really? He's like, yeah, outside Black Cat. And I'm like, oh my, I feel like an ass. But he's like, yeah,
Oh, well, then he's definitely met you. He named the exact
yeah,
place.
exactly. And I was like, oh, sorry, man. I don't,
Yeah,
So I'm watching the 8 o'clock. I'm like, are there any like mics going on tonight? He's like, he looks it up. He's like, nah, not really, no.
wow.
So or like not at this time, right?
Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
like, you should go over to Kill Tony.
Kill Tony.
Do you know Kill Tony?
Yeah, but I now know it from Los Angeles, not from Austin.
So what's his name? Tony Hinchcliffe moved to Austin, so he does Kill Tony in
Uh,
Austin. So I walk over there and I try to get in. They're like, "Did you sign up?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm just from out of town. I want to like hang out, watch it." They're like, "We can't let you in." And I was like, "All right." In my head, I'm like, "You losers." You know what I mean? I can't watch. I'm an out of town comic. I can't watch.
yeah. Is there anything like you want more than just like another comic? Like Kill Tony's like one of those type of. It's like a comic show, isn't it? A bunch of
Yes.
comics.
Yes,
Like
comic
comic.
hang.
Yeah.
So I was like, I like paused for a little bit. I was like, all right. And then I just left. So I'm wandering around and I stumble upon this place called Antone's. And it's like there's live music going on.
Yeah.
So I wander in, it's a $12 ticket. So I give the $12. I go in and it's a bunch of like hipster, like early 20-year-olds. And there's this like band up there rocking out, and there's probably like 100 people in the crowd, and they're all going nuts for these songs. I've never heard this band called Honey. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, and they're going wild. The lead man at one point jumped up onto the ceiling and started doing pull-ups off of a bar, just off of like a bar grate. And I was like, and everyone was going nuts for it. They're like, yeah.
Dude, that's Austin though. The music's rips.
I know. I know.
That's dude. When I went down there for a bachelor party, we ended up seeing. I think it was who ended up being like the Averitt brothers or some shit. This was
Jesus.
years. Yeah, we like were down there for a bachelor party. And we went into some bar, and this band was fucking destroying. And we were like, it turned out to be a legitimate goddamn national band.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, it was
Austin's
insane.
sweet, man.
It's sweet. I don't get me wrong. It is sweet. I had never experienced that either, where you catch a band. You're like, why is this band like this band is too big for this location? Like this band's ripping.
I mean, I looked them up. They had like 55 million listeners on like one of their songs,
Yeah.
and Honey.
I
So I
bet.
go over to the merch table and I was like, I need to get a t-shirt of this band. So I go and I'm like, you got an XL of that shirt? And they go, yeah. So I get, and I feel it, and it's the worst fabric. It's cardboard. And I look at them, I go, is this the only shirt you have? And they go, yeah. And I go, all right, I'm good.
That's such a principle and a problem. Like that's your principle because it's like, why have bad merch?
I go purely off of feel now with clothes. If it's the coolest shirt, but it's cardboard, I won't wear it. But what I did was I went into Antone's actual gift shop and got an Antone shirt.
There you go. You get an Antone's piece.
And I felt it. I was like, all right, this is a good one. And they had like 16 shirts, and the guy running the desk goes, you want one of those shirts? I go, I've got what I think my favorite shirt is. I want you to tell me what the cool shirt, to see if we align. And he goes, that shirt up there. And it was the same shirt that I was thinking about.
No way. Oh. Done deal.
So I get the shirt, I throw it right on over my shirt. I'm wearing it immediately. He's like, do you need a bag? And I'm like, no, I'll be wearing this out.
And then you went back to the creek in the cave.
So I'm wandering around.
Hey.
Yeah.
Can I get
found something better? I found something better, Kill Tony. You sacks of shit.
Yeah. Dude, this is great. So you get a sick merch tee, and then what?
So it's like 11:30, at this time, 11:45. I'm walking down the street, Dirty 6th Street.
Yeah.
And I see boom. I see a sign outside a bar that says live comedy 9 to 12.
No, that's a long time.
So I walk up, I go to the door guy. I'm like, is there a comedy? He goes, yeah, go in. So I go in and I'm I can hear someone talking on a mic, but I can't find the room. I'm like, where the fuck is it? I'm going upstairs. I'm like going, and I can't find it. And a guy's working there and he's like, there's no comedy here. And I'm like, it says comedy. And I can hear him. He goes, I work here. There's no comedy. I'm like, what? So I go to the door guy that told me about it, and he goes, yeah, go through that door. And it's like this weird hallway. So I go through it, and there's a comedian on stage, massive room. It could have held like 400 people. Massive room, comedian on stage, like 6 people in the audience, not laughing. So I'm like, is this an open? So I go up to the person. There's a list. I go, is this an open mic? And she's like, yeah. And I go, is there a room on the list?
I would think so.
And she's like, yeah, sign up. So I go down. It's number 29. I wrote my name. Guess who's number 28?
Oh, I don't need Norlax.
Hans Kim.
No.
For those of you, Hans Kim is a new guy. I think he might be originally from Seattle, but he was in New York for a while. Dude,
I know Hans Kim very well. Van life.
Van life. Yeah. Lives out of a van. He moved to Austin during the pandemic.
I know. I hadn't even thought of it. Now you brought him up. Like he hasn't been here. Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, boom. So I go, and then I see the guy that was telling me that there's no comedy, and I go up to him, I go, what's this then? He goes, I'm sorry, man, I didn't know, like this and that. I'm like, all right, you just wanted to end it early.
Yeah, dude, that's so funny. Dude, I cannot believe you ran it. Did you see Hans?
So listen to it. So I'm waiting for the mic. This guy, you know, Dan Pieteski, glasses. He apparently he moved. He comes into the he walks up into the room, and I'm like, Dan, what's up, man? He's like he used to live in New York. So we start talking this and that. He offers me a spot on his show on Thursday. I'm like, boom, this is sweet, you know.
Nice.
And then no, Hans didn't show up, but
Oh, he didn't show up.
he didn't show up, but we both go up, and then me and Dan leave, and we run into Hans on the street. He's like rushing over to the place, and he goes, "Hey," he's like, "What's up, Tobin? What's up, Dan?" Like all this. We start talking for 5 minutes, and then he's like, am I up yet? And we were like, they skipped over you, but I'm sure you could get on, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, you should go to the Kill Tony after party.
That's what Hans says?
Gas company. Yeah, it's me and Dan. And I was like, maybe, you know. So we walk by, and Dan's like, I don't want to go in there, you know. But I go in a little. I'm like, all right, let me go in, you know. So I walk up, and it's kind of like a dark place, a lot of like, kind of like clicky, seedy type vibe.
Insane. At the where was it? A bar?
It was at a bar, this place called Vulcan Gas Company, but it was kind of like the vibe was just a little dark to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not a lot of happy faces, people drinking, boozing, kind of smoking cigarettes, looking around to see who's here, you know?
Yeah.
Like a lot of looks where like people would stare at me like, who the fuck is this guy? You know, I've never seen this guy before, that type of thing. So I walk up to the roof, and I see Christy Vera sitting on a couch.
This is the wildest story, dude. You're in like an alternate universe. I guess a lot of people, you're almost living like this like New York night in Austin.
Yeah, it's almost like no matter what city you go to, there's going to be a New York comic there.
Yeah, like in Austin now, since it's such a bigger one, it makes sense. Like in my head, I'm like, this actually does make sense why you're running into all these people. But at first, it did not. Like I keep forgetting that like even though you would think the country's huge, each comedy scene in a city is only so big, and then there's going to be a lot of crossover people.
Right.
Even in Minnesota, I saw people I knew from New York, you know, like, and people who were like, I've been to New York, I've been here, I've been here, I've been here, I've been here. And we would know all the same places. It's weird. It is small. It's much smaller than you'd think.
Yeah. But
that's so fucking, so then you see Chrissy there.
So I see Chrissy there. She's talking to some people. So I'm like, I don't really know her that, you know, whatever. You know. So I go and talk to these two other comics. And they like, I can kind of tell that they're kind of getting kind of tired of me. You know, they're like, who's this loser? He doesn't know anyone here. He provides no value.
Yeah. He's not going to get us anything.
Yeah, he's not going to get us anything. So I end up bouncing, but I like say hi to Chrissy really quick before leaving. So I was like, hey, Chris, like, oh, New York, you know, this and that. We talked for like 5 minutes, and I got out of there. And I feel I could see like 3 or 4 guys staring at me as I was talking to Christy, because they probably thought I was like hitting on her, you know? They're like, who's this new guy hitting on our chick?
The territorial weirdos.
Yeah, but that was the other thing that happened.
Oh God, dude.
But I saw Colin Tyrell he opened up for Ryan Long at the Creek in the Cave one night.
Yeah.
He crushed, man. He did great.
That's great. That's fun, man. It's just fun, like little stories where you're like bumping into people like that. It's like fucking, that's great. Like you see, nothing's better to me than like seeing Hans Kim on a mic list, but not and then you're like, Hans Kim, I know him. And then not seeing him in person, but then running into him on the street, you're like, that shit's like wild.
Do you know about Hans Kim? Do you know about?
I've hung out with Hans Kim a couple times.
Like he's a Kill Tony regular now.
Is he? Oh,
like he goes up every time. He's got like 20,000 followers on Instagram now. He's like blown up. Like he gets talked about on Rogan's podcast. Like him and Rogan. Like Rogan knows who he is.
Really? I didn't know that.
Apparently, there's a segment of Kill Tony where a girl comes up and makes out with him.
Really?
Like almost every Kill Tony, like a hot girl goes up and makes out with him. It's like a thing now. Isn't it wild?
That's wild. Wild. I mean, I always thought he was a funny, kind of nice guy.
Yeah. No, he's definitely funny.
You
But
know.
yeah,
Uh,
that's all I got. I feel like we're going a little long.
yeah, we went live. Yeah, this this is fun though.
Yeah.
That's
Give me a
all.
ring if you want to talk about the other thing.
Yes, I do. I'm gonna head downtown, but then I'll maybe a little late. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, tomorrow I'm on the road like all day, so.
All right.
Dude, good pod, huh?
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, come on, Nude Beach.
Nude Beach.
So fucking great, dude. And those
The
tails.
12 minutes.
Come on.
I barter with them between 10 and 15 minutes to hit 12.
I'm on the road. What are you doing here? That's the
Well,
same.
dude, the great thing is I ran into in Austin, I did well on a show, and there were some like San Diego comics, and they're like, "Oh, you said you're gonna be in San Diego?" I'm like, "Yeah, next week." They're like, "Let me know, like, do you have shows?" And I'm like, "Well, I have shows one of the nights."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I'll email some people and get you up on some other shows." So like I got some shows just by meeting comics in Austin.
Oh man, you're really putting it together. That's what you do. That's how it goes. That's how it goes, baby.
But all right, I'm gonna go to the
All right.
grocery store and I'm gonna go see Last Duel.
Yeah. Let me know what you think.
All right, dude. Good
All right,
talk.
amigo. Peace.